Hi everyone. Thanks for tuning in for the webinar today. I hope everyone is staying strong and hydrated at home. I know some of you are not in EST time zone right now, so it might be the early morning or evening for you, but we're really delighted and appreciate that you guys take the time to join us. So before we start today, I want to quickly walk you through a little bit what we have around us right now. Below the video, there is a live chatting section you can see. If you click on it and logged in, you have any question, any thoughts that you want to share with us or simply say hi to us, you can do. And please do, because that's exactly why we're here today in live, to exchange our thought and clear your doubt in real time. So, all right then, I think we should get started. I want to introduce to you our guests today on our live panel. First, we have Jennifer from Cheekbone Beauty. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi.
Hi. And then we have a Jennifer from Moov Activewear. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, or you can say Geneviève or Genevieve or Jen. Easier.
Pronunciation not the best. I'll try my best.
It's okay. Just Jen.
Thanks. And also we have Justine and Laura to join us from Jenny Bird. Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, cool. So later they will share a bit about their business and their challenge in the industry that they're facing with us. But before that, I want to give you a little bit of a background of what live shopping is. And then after that, after the discussion with everybody, Jennifer was also share a bit of her experience with us about the solution that she used back in February with us to do her new product launch. So if you want to know how it works in action and the feedback from a real client, that please stay until the end. So as you guys can see, we're all at home and we see a lot of different brands doing all sort of live these days. To name a few, we see like Sephora staff is sharing their thoughts on their product, or like we see MAC and Makeup Forever inviting influencer to share their makeup hacks, or even fashion brand like Cezanne bringing in yoga instructor to provide a little bit of self-care section to the brand's follower. And you can see these activities could be directly or indirectly related to the sales. But one thing in common is the show is not just about the brand, but you, everybody that's here today, the audience. Just like now, if you have a question, you can ask us real time in the chat section below, and we will be able to address it immediately. And that's exactly the point of doing live streaming and these point that people are needing for the interaction. So I'm sure that live streaming and online shopping isn't a new concept for everybody, but combining these two can be amazingly refreshing and exciting for people. Again, especially now that we are actually looking for stuff to do. And these combined interactive and entertaining sales marketing solution, it's exactly the live shopping philosophy. Some people would actually think that, okay, so live shopping is a really short-term thing, so we just have sales in real time and that's it. But actually live shopping is more than that, because in the long run, if you nail the live shopping strategy by providing a good balance of entertainment value to become an incentive and a reason for your customer to keep coming back, not just for your product, but for the show, for the interaction, with the joy that they have, it can trigger a lot of spontaneous purchase that's going to result in a really good conversion rate as well. So without further ado, I think I should stop talking and let our panel today to start the discussion. Can we have Jennifer to start first, to introduce a bit, to share with us a bit about your business?
Hey everyone, so my name's Jen Harper and I'm the founder of Cheekbone Beauty Cosmetics. So we are born online, we're digitally native and direct to consumer, and our brand was built, literally came from a dream I had. I always chuckle because it's like, that's the truth. In 2015, spent about 18 months in like market development, product development, supply chain, all of those things that you need to do before building a business. And I'm sure all of you know about that. And then came and launched at the end of 2016. So we've had our first full 3 years of sales. But the purpose of our brand was to, we literally say we're trying to help every Indigenous kid on the planet see their enormous value in the world. So bringing a representation to the beauty space that didn't exist before, and sustainability has been our model and mission from day one. So one, first and foremost, sustaining our Indigenous communities by empowering our youth. And then the next phase of our business is the sustainability of products. So we've just transitioned and are slowly launching a whole new product line. Our first set of lipsticks came out at the end of March called Sustain. So every raw ingredient in that product will not impact our ecosystems, including our waterways or our land. And the packaging is also compostable, biodegradable. We're using vegetable-based dyes in the product. There is a small portion of plastic. It is a lipstick, so it had to have a twist portion to move. And we're launching more products throughout the rest of this year, hopefully. Some of our supply chain is at a standstill right now, but we're hoping to get things finished and produced by the end of the year so that we can launch our new multi-stick.
That's pretty cool. I think as long as it's sustainable development good for the environment, it's always a trend, no matter what happens. It's always the direction that we're going for. Thanks, Jennifer. And next, maybe we can have Jenny, Bird, Laura, and Justine to share a bit with us about your brand.
So Justine and I work for Jenny Bird. Jenny Bird is an actual person. She started her business about 10 years ago, first in handbags, and then she pivoted to jewelry design. The brand was originally wholesale, and about 3.5 years ago, she opened up her own direct-to-consumer platform with online sales, of course, on our own site. And we've had great success both in Canada and the US, and a small international audience as well. So our wholesale business has been deeply affected, of course, by the virus. And we're also sold in 50 Nordstrom doors across North America as well. So that's a huge component of our business from a marketing and product standpoint, visibility standpoint. So yeah, needless to say, the wholesale business has definitely taken a hit, but what has been thriving is our e-commerce business. And more than ever, people are at home, they're on their computers and iPads and phones, and they're shopping. So we just the reason we're interested in live stream is another medium to connect with our customers and find new customers through this as well. And just like meet people where they are, right? They're at home and they're consuming content in a multitude of different ways, and in taking in so much content and wanting so much content. So meet them where they are. I don't know if I missed anything, but yeah, that's a little 101 about Jenny Bird.
See, you have anything to add, Justine, or? Okay, cool. And so the next one, can we have Jennifer to introduce a bit to us about the business?
Yes, our story started 7 years ago when we started a fitness studio, or a family-oriented studio. And over the years, we saw and we heard that there was some improvement needed towards the training leggings. So we started our division. It's called Moov Activewear, MOOV. So we perfected the fit of a women's legging. And our first objective was to stay local. So it's really locally made. We do it in Montreal. So our sourcing, the fabric, the manufacturer, the suppliers are all from Montreal. And so it's 100% locally made. We started our business, it's an e-commerce business. We shifted a little bit towards wholesale business, but our strategy is mainly with the e-commerce. So right now, with the crisis that we are facing, all of us, actually there's a lot of like the government is promoting a lot of the locally made businesses. So it's kind of helping us towards that, the Moov Activewear brand. So our fitness studio is closed, but the Moov Activewear brand is still running with the e-commerce. So that's a really quick overview of who we are.
Thanks. So I think all the audience have noticed right now that the guests that we have on the live panel today, they're all from Canada, proudly representing that they're all Canadian-based company. And so if we can hear, like, there is a big elephant in the room that we'd have to address is during this time, the pandemic is giving a big hit if everyone is relying on the physical appearance in the store. And I can hear that some of you have wholesale part. So why would you think that going to a live it's better than doing video? Because that's also a question that I get a lot from different clients that to ask that what is the difference between just the video marketing and doing a live marketing, and what makes you guys actually felt like, oh, I want to try live shopping?
Well, I can go. Well, actually, the difference between the live and the video and the live going towards the live shopping, I think it's the interaction with your customer. The direct interaction, it's there. And as a brand, it's part of our DNA to be close of our customer and to understand them, to see real people, to be live with them, to feel them. I mean, I understand they are at home, we are somewhere else, but even with that barrier, that physical barrier, we feel that we are close to them. So I think that's a huge advantage of doing live, such as live shopping.
I think that's really cool point to point out, because live, it's basically a co-writing experience. It's not just a brand that's trying to present something, but the audience also get a chance to ask questions. So they basically drive a little bit the direction of the live as well. And that, I think that's the connection and the interaction that you're pointing here, that I think also something very fascinating for me sometimes as an end user. I'm just a bit curious, and maybe Jennifer or like Laura or Justine, you guys have implemented some live marketing strategy already in your marketing? And what do you think the reaction has been so far for your brand? Can you guys hear my, you can hear me well?
We haven't done any, we've done some like Instagram lives and IGTV, and we have great reaction to that, and people tuning in and wanting to connect with Jenny. I think that's been really great. But in terms of like doing anything yet with Livescale, we haven't done that.
Cool. Oh, speaking of that, I've mentioned that Jennifer actually used our solution back in February. Maybe you can share a bit with us your experience using the product for your new product launch.
Yeah, sure. So in February, we launched our spring summer collection with Livescale. It actually went really well. And as I said earlier, I think the great advantage for us, it's the closeness to our people. And we want to, as well as a brand, inspire women to try new things. So we were like, okay, well, why not? We're gonna try, because that was new. So it's like a risk of trying something new, but it really worked really well. The interaction, the live shopping, it's easier than doing a video and then putting it on your social media and saying, hey, that's the new collection. Go ahead and go to www. So the live shopping, people are there. You're talking with them. They see you, so it's like one button away, one click away, boop, and they it's like an incentive of buying your products, and it's a simplicity of the live scale services that they are offering. It's simple, and yeah, well, I mean, I think it's you get the hang of it, I think.
Yeah, cool. I'm really happy to hear that you liked it and it went really well indeed for your show. And for maybe Jennifer, I know that you have mentioned before that your business, actually people that are home buying different kind of lipstick nowadays at unexpectedly. And for this live industry, for this live marketing, we've seen a lot of different brands actually doing like a makeup tutorial to people. Have you maybe thought on it for your next live shopping show that you have an idea of doing a live demo, have an influencer to work with you to showcase your product, or?
Yeah, so that's the plan and something that we would love to do. We're trying to figure out the best influencers or from our community, we call them brand advocates, to use for the project. I think for the first one, sadly, it will be me. As much as I don't love the idea of going on and doing live tutorials because I'm 43. Nobody wants to. I feel like nobody wants to see that, but I know our community does love when I do anything live because I'm the founder, and our team is so small. I just, we're still in the whole startup realm. So it's not like I have a huge pool of people to pull from, but we do work closely with brand advocates that I would love for them to actually do this because they're so great on camera and already do the whole YouTube makeup tutorials. But we haven't even as a brand capitalized on that whole world yet. We have zero like YouTube space. We just haven't done that. It's not even been, we just haven't had the people or the teams to set up those things yet. So it's definitely a direction that we want to go in. So this is going to be an interesting road for us to take, but I think it's going to be great we know that beauty does really well in those spaces. So I think that this will be part of that.
Well, I think that your follower will love to see on live because it's all about authenticity as well. That's also one point that I always try to point out to our client. It doesn't matter who is the host. Like, it doesn't have to be superstar because everybody's shining their way. And that's the reason why people are there. They want something that is more authentic than things that they can see from the TV that is so far away. So I don't think you should be like, have any hesitation on showing up in front of the camera. You look gorgeous. But if you do like feel like maybe I'm a bit camera shy and that I don't want to show up, I know that Jenny Bird has been working with different influencer. Maybe you guys can share like when you guys are partnering with influencer to help to be the face of the brand, that to do some video content. Maybe you can share a bit of the experience on this side.
Yeah, we use Jenny as our main sort of face of the brand because people are really connected to her and have connected to her over the years, especially in Canada. But we have definitely partnered with influencers to produce content for us over the last few years. It works really well. And sort of started like a group of Byrd girls. So we are thinking about for Livescale to have Jenny do the first one and then, or the first few, and then maybe we'll do some with our influencers at home. So it's in the vein of like whenever we host an event in our shop, we'll sometimes have like a host, so an influencer as host, and they invite their community. We'd be looking to the influencers to invite their community to our live scales and be able to take advantage of a different audience, of an extended audience, and also a person on behalf of the brand. So as a brand extension, who's that person who's like a value add and reaffirming the love of the brand. So for all those reasons, we do like to partner with influencers and want to have that as a component for the live scales for sure.
And here, I also want to add in a little bit. I know many people are wondering what kind of content they should be doing for their live show because they might be already working with influencer or they're not. And they think like maybe it doesn't fit their brand as well. And here I want to add is that actually, as my experience from Asia, I want to share, you can do different kind of content during the live show. For example, just like what Laura have mentioned, you can be the founder to share about the brand story to everyone, or even just they want to see how the founder actually makes a match in real with her own product as well. This could be something that is surprisingly interesting for audience that you might not expect. That could be one very good side of it. Or even just like the product designer who designed the jewelry, why this shape, maybe there's a story behind. This could be really interesting for your follower to know, because people are not just buying the brand nowadays, they're actually buying a story, they're buying your belief. So this could be very interesting content for them. And apart from this, of course, working with influencer, it's a really, really good strategy to do because they are like a small stars that's really close to your buyer. And one word from them, it's probably better than 10 words from advertisement in the billboard, because it's just, they have the connection already. They trust them. There is a really strong trust bond with them. Or we can see some example like what Jennifer did with the product new launch. It's a very sales heavy content on that live show. It's just purely telling you, okay, this is our new collection here, but it could be a really fun experience as in just sending an email telling them, hey, we have a new collection come out. You can click here and then go to the website to see. But now the whole team is in front of the camera. We're showing you how elastic it is for your yoga pen, how comfy it is. And then if you want me to try it out, on a maybe a smaller size human or like a taller human, how it looks like in action, matching different color. It's also something really interesting, even though you think maybe they don't want to come and just to buy stuff. Especially now, I think they want to go and buy stuff because they have the nerve to do it, but they can't really go out physically. And that's also why this could be like a really good timing to start doing that. But one point I want to share with everybody is like many brands, they think, okay, so every live we should do should be in the end drive to the sales. But something very important for live to do is also to build a community and to build the brand loyalty. It's short term, you get a quick win for a turnover, but long term, you can also build a community by doing something not directly related to your sales. For example, again, with maybe with Journey Bird, their founder can share a little bit more intimacy of their skincare routine, which is not directly related, but it can build like a connection with the brand, that they're following this brand because I believe in everything that she's doing. So I want to be like her. I want to use her jewelry. Or like Moov Activewear can do some self-care section right now, to have a yoga section, to have 30 minutes every day before lunchtime to go through these difficult time with everyone. And people are very used to going to your site to follow this yoga section. And then later on, when they think of, I need a yoga pen, where I'm going to go? Okay, I think I will go for Moov Activewear. So this is something that we have been ignoring a lot in marketing strategy, that we think every marketing strategy strive for the gold, for the money. But actually building these with, you have to do 80% of stuff that is not directly to your sales. But then when you do the other 20% that is how to sell the product, they will listen to you wholeheartedly because they already fell in love with you, with the rest of the strategy that you have been doing. And I think this is what live shopping or the live marketing strategy can really help deliver as well. And maybe do you guys still have some like a challenger that you guys are facing in the industry that you want to share with us today, or?
Well, I think the challenges right now, since, well, because of the crisis, sorry, it's the, you know, the customers' needs, values are changing. So trying to anticipate the needs, because, you know, the collection, then it's always a year ahead of time. The sampling, the design, the everything. So I think it's becoming a little bit more difficult to anticipate the needs and the values of the people, because it's changing fast right now, really fast, because of the crisis.
Yeah, indeed. So I think that's exactly why having a co-writing experience, it ease a bit of your burden as well. Because if you're in a live show, you're talking with them, they actually ask you and tell you what they want. So you can actually just answer them and you can have the content right on spot. So I think we're about the time for today, and really thanks a lot for everybody show up for today to share your experience and then to about the challenge in your industry. Thanks, Jennifer. Thanks, Laura, Justine, and Jennifer for attending today. I hope the discussion today helped you guys who is listening to get into live shopping or have a better picture of live shopping, how live shopping can fit into your business. And if you have some question in mind that we haven't answered yet, don't worry. Just below the video, there is a button that you can click. We can have a one-to-one consultation section to see if live shopping is a good fit for your business. Or if you feel like I'm ready to go, and there's just on the side, you can sign up for the 30-day free trial already, that you'll be able to use the product in action to try it out and see if it really fits you. And after all, for the next webinar series, we will be going into something a little bit more technical details. For example, what could be the setup for live shopping and how am I going to promote and communicate with our audience? So if you want to stay tuned, you can subscribe to our newsletter or follow our LinkedIn page, then you will know for the next day. And really, thanks again for everyone for joining today. I think with us showing it here, we're already ahead of the game because we know that that's the future and direction to go. And all right, then, I hope everybody stays safe and stay hydrated at home.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.